Alright, hello everybody. Zack Goebbel here, guitarist and lead singer of the Madeleine Haze. And today I wanted to take you guys on a tour of my pedal board and the live sound of the guitar of the Madeleine Haze. So first off, we are working with the Ampeg Superjet, and it is a Class AB 50 watt tube. And what I normally do with the knob configuration, it's very basic setup amp. It's just got your lows, mids, highs, and it's got a built-in spring reverb. I normally keep all of the tonal adjustments right below 12 o'clock, as well as the reverb. Just gives me the tone that I'm looking for personally, along with my pedal configuration. Love the amp. And if we go down here to the pedal board, we have very colorful assortment. Here we have the classic staple Line 6 DL4 delay modeler that I'm running into first, and I keep a few different things on it as far as sounds goes. I'll go through that in a minute. Go out of the DL4 into, this is actually a custom analog envelope filter put together by bass player extraordinaire of the Madeleine Haze, Mr. Brad Kaufman. He put this together for me, and then out of that goes into the lovely full tone GT500. This is a dual distortion pedal, so it has an overdrive boost and a distortion. We'll go through that in a minute as well. Out of that into the TC Electronic Polytune, which I will also go through. Very cool tuner. Into the mother-loving Digitech EX7 Expression Factory. This has all sorts of really cool stuff on it. And over here we have the assistant to the EX7. This is how you can by foot get from sound to sound in the EX7. So what I normally run is just a very light delay here, not a whole lot going on with it. So I just keep it really light, and that's just, for a lot of the heavier passages in some of the Madeleine Haze's music, I leave a delay off altogether. Here I have just a little bit more of just a wet, airy kind of delay for some big solo passages. And then on the third bank, personally, and anybody that has this pedal knows it does endless amounts of things, but right here I keep a little reverse just for fun, just for doing some different kind of soloing stuff on my own, so that definitely have some fun with that. Over here we have the classic envelope filter sound, which gives you so you have a little, ducky little quack, and definitely a very fun pedal. Very useful for wet, definitely giving some wetness to soloing. Down to the GT500. This is my favorite distortion pedal ever. Has right side here is your main distortion, and that gives you very nice, very full distortion. What I normally do with this distortion is the distortion knob, which basically acts as your gain control for the distortion, I normally keep cranked all the way. And then each separate channel here has, your right side has a bass, mid, and high. And for this I keep it a little bit more of the hard rock setup, so I've got the bass cranked, I've got the mids run pretty low, and I've got the highs cranked almost all the way up. But the cool thing about this pedal is that it's a dual pedal. So over here you have a booster / overdrive. So what we have here is the drive for that, and I keep almost cranked all the way up. And then this has a little bit simpler configuration of a bass and high tonal control, and that gives you, So you've got a cool little overdrive. The best thing about this pedal is that you can get both going at the same time, and that's what indicates the booster on this side, is it can boost your channel up a lot as far as, you know, going for a lead. Very, very cool feature as well. If you look right here, this is your ability to switch between having the boost come before the distortion in the line or having the distortion come before the boost in the line. So when they're both activated, I personally like the boost to come first. Just gives it a cleaner sound to it, and that's what I really, really prefer. And then over to the TC Electronic Polytune. Awesome, awesome tuner. It has your normal tuning function. And I'm a little loud. And the great thing about this pedal is you can actually give it a full strum, and it will give you an indication of what strings are sharp, what strings are flat. And it's a very, very cool pedal. The biggest thing about this is you just have to realize the dynamics of it. And so when you strum, you have to give a full even strum all the way across all the strings. Otherwise, if you don't, you'll pop up, you know, see several showing up flat, but as long as you give a full even strum, they should come up, you know, accurate. So that's a very, very cool pedal. And then on to the EX7, which is an awesome, awesome pedal. This actually does several different things. I'll go through a little bit about what exactly I use it for. You have 3 separate control knobs that do several different things depending on what effect you have it set on. This has 7 different settings. This is your actual effect control selection, and the first 2 are wah pedals. It's got an original Crybaby and a Clyde McCoy, excuse me. And then it also has a very, very classic, very old sound from an XP300 Space Station. It's a very old Digitech pedal, and it is a very cool synth swell effect. It's got a classic Digitech whammy pedal, has a Univibe and a Leslie effect, and it also has an OD flanger. So it's got 7 different things. It actually has a separate vintage distortion stomp box for each of those patches that you can activate as well. So it's very, very cool. And you can actually come over to the FS3X here, and you can scroll up and down through the patches located inside here without having to tweak the knobs themselves. So that's an awesome little effect. By holding down for 3 seconds, that'll take you all the way to the patch 1. By holding up for 3 seconds, that'll take you all the way up to patch number 7. The mode button here will click you into the effect with distortion, and clicking again will take you back out of the distortion just to the effect itself. So once again, a very, very awesome pedal, and that's what I use for my board personally. I'll give you guys a little sample of some of the sounds that I use and how I put them together. Running to the Ibanez S570 as usual. So that's dry. Just wet it up a little bit. Got a little delay on there. We can throw some distortion on. And then you can see the envelope filter. Real quick, I want to take you guys into the very, very cool function, the loop sampler of the DL4, so you can get a little loop going on. So that was a brief glimpse into the sound of the guitar for the Madeleine Haze, especially for the live performances. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and we will see you on the road very soon. Have a good one.